Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my pregnancy update from weeks 32 to 36. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I've been doing these updates every 4 weeks. So if you've missed any of them, I will link them up in the cards for you. I have an entire pregnancy playlist, but I have been doing updates basically since the end of my first trimester, just kind of letting you guys know the symptoms and just like what I've been going through in general. So that will be up in the cards, and I will also link the playlist down below. I feel like actually quite a few things happened in the last 4 weeks. So first let's talk about symptoms. My symptoms are pretty much the same at this point. My reflux is really bad still. My congestion has hit an all-time high. I am so over it. I can't breathe at night. I'm using my humidifier at night. It's also way more humid just in general because it's getting warmer outside and nothing is helping. So I've been using nose drops again, which I don't like to do, but that is really annoying. And then just in general, I'm so uncomfortable at this point that it's really hard to sleep. Like I just cannot find a good position to sleep in. My back is achy. My like groin leg area is achy. If I lay on my side, there's certain ways that I lay and it almost feels like he's like under my ribs and pushing on them and it's pressure, and I'm just an uncomfortable person at this point in my pregnancy. I am ready to be done. I'm ready to meet him and just be done with this pregnancy. So I think that's kind of where I'm at as far as symptoms go. The same thing goes. I'm still craving lemonade. I'm still having a bunch of food aversions, just the same old, but now I'm just getting bigger and more uncomfortable. I've been getting a ton of Braxton Hicks contractions, and then I also have been getting lightning crotch, which I did not know that that was a thing, but it is, and it's just like these shooting pains. It is the most bizarre thing, but that's kind of what's going on. So I feel like there's always something in there that I'm feeling, whether it is a Braxton Hicks contraction, lightning crotch, or just him moving around, having a dance party inside of there. I'm constantly feeling everything. In my last update, I told you guys that he was breech, and that was at 32 weeks. They told me that I wouldn't really have to worry about that until 36 weeks. Here we are. He's still breech. He's still in the exact same position that he was before. And I have a septate uterus, which means that it is heart-shaped. And so like right here, it kind of connects down. And so there's not a lot of room for him to move. They talked about doing an external version on me. And then when they realized that I had the septate uterus, they just hadn't looked back in my file. They said that there's a chance that they could tear my uterus from doing that. And they didn't think it was a good idea. And he was probably just in the best spot for him. And so I am now scheduled for a C-section, which is not what I was expecting at all. I've never had surgery. I've never had an IV. I've never spent the night at the hospital. So all of this is like very new territory for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous. I'm scared. I'm just trying to educate myself. I will say that I'm glad that I at least know so that I can now do the preparations for it, as opposed to going into labor, pushing, and then being taken in to do a C-section. So that being said, I'm kind of in like the planning stages of kind of revising my birth plan and just figuring out what that is gonna look like, what recovery will look like, the different things that I should pack in my hospital bag, all of that. One of my friends told me about gentle C-sections, which I had never heard of, but basically it's like they try to make the C-section experience as close to a regular delivery as possible. And so I talked to my doctor about that, and she actually put me in touch with the head nurse at the hospital. So I've been working with her on revising my birth plan and kind of going over all the things that I would want. And so now, instead of it being so like sterile and surgical, I will still get that immediate skin to skin, which you wouldn't typically get unless you request it. They will dim the lights so that he's not born into these like bright surgical lights. They'll do kind of all the things, like they'll let me listen to my own music to just keep me calm. And then they also have a clear drape. So after they are ready to bring him out, the drape can be dropped so I can see him. I won't see any of like the incisions or anything, but I will be able to see him being taken out of me, which I really wanted. I'm not sure if I'll be grossed out by it because I am a little weird with medical stuff and blood and all of that. But for now, that's the plan. So I am happy that I'm still gonna get the skin to skin. That was like my number one thing that I really wanted. And so as long as everything goes according to plan, I will still get that. If you are in the same situation that I'm in and you end up having to have a scheduled C-section, I highly recommend looking at, they're usually called either gentle C-sections or family-centered C-sections. And you can kind of go through the different options and figure out what you would want and talk to your hospital about it and see what they can do to kind of help you achieve the most similar birth to what you would want as possible. Throughout the pregnancy, I kind of feel like I didn't gain a ton of weight in my face really until the past probably month. And now if I look back at photos and videos of me at the beginning of the pregnancy until now, I feel like I don't look like myself. And I'm so hormonal right now that I could honestly cry even saying that. Like, I just feel like my face is really swollen. My fingers are swollen. I had to take my wedding rings off because I didn't want to have to get them cut off. My sandals, kind of the straps like dig into my feet because my feet are swollen. I can't see my ankle bones. I'm generally uncomfortable, but I also can feel that I'm now retaining a lot of fluid, and I know that that will go away, but right now it's pretty uncomfortable. I had also gotten away with not really having a lot of stretch marks at the beginning of my pregnancy, but about the last month, I had a couple of stretch marks, I think, during my last update, but I have way more now. I thought I was getting away with not getting them. I was wrong. And I don't know if it's because he's breached, so I'm carrying like so high. I can feel his head like right over my ribs. It is the most bizarre thing. It's this like hard ball right in my belly, and then all of the kicks are on the bottom left side of my belly. I can feel exactly where his little feet are just kicking me. And so I don't know if because I'm carrying so high, all of my stretch marks are like below my belly button at the bottom of my belly. And I think it's because my whole belly is being stretched like upwards because my body is carrying the baby so high. That's my reasoning, at least. I don't know. I do have some on my love handles, on my thighs. They're kind of coming in everywhere. I'm not a big fan. I'm gonna try to do everything I can to get rid of them, but it is what it is. As far as the nursery goes, we have a couple of things left to do, but almost all of it is done. I have washed all of his clothes, sanitized all of his little baby things. We've put away almost everything. Honestly, I haven't bought a ton of clothes yet just because I'm not sure exactly how big he's going to be. I'm thinking he's going to be probably about 9 pounds when he comes out. We'll see, but I'm thinking he's going to be kind of a big baby. So I just don't know what size to buy yet. So I haven't bought a ton of clothes. I'm just kind of waiting. But yeah, his bed is made. We've got his bassinet. We have the car seat. Basically, his entire nursery is set up. So yeah, we're just waiting on a couple other things and then the nursery will be done, which is such a huge weight lifted off of my shoulders. It was something I really wanted to finish before he got here, and I think we're actually gonna be able to do that. I also did have my shower, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I think I was right around 32 or 33 weeks maybe. Time and my brain just do not work together right now. Anyway, the shower was really nice. It was so good to see people and just be able to like actually hug people and socialize for the first time in so long. And we could not feel more spoiled and grateful. This little boy is so loved already. And we got, the majority of the things that we need and just a ton of books. His book collection is off to a great start. So the shower was really nice. My mom did a great job on it and I just could not be more thankful. The last thing I want to talk about before I show you guys my bump right now is my mental health update. So I have been very vocal about just my fears around birth, my thoughts around pregnancy, all of that. And so I figured now would be a good time to share an update on that. I am still very much scared of birth and everything that goes into it, but I will say that the more uncomfortable I get right now, and just the closer we are to meeting him, I'm so excited to meet him and know who he is, that kind of has overshadowed it a little bit. I know when the day comes that I either go into labor or my scheduled C-section date comes, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. But right now I'm kind of just riding it out. It's very weird. I kind of feel like my hormones have taken over during this pregnancy and have not allowed me to focus a lot on my fears, which is so interesting. And I think I am going to do a full video after I'm done with pregnancy and I'm on the other side of it, just kind of sharing everything that happened with like the fear and the anxiety and all of that. But I will say, for now, I'm feeling okay. Knowing that I'm going in for a major surgery and I've never had surgery before and all of that being a new experience for me, definitely nervous. Not gonna lie about that. I'm also nervous to go into labor before the scheduled C-section date and then have to go through the contractions and whatnot, get to the hospital and then, you know, wait for surgery. I don't even know what that situation would look like, how long I'd have to wait and all of that. But yeah, we will see. For now, my mental health is doing okay. I will say I've been very emotional, very just like sad and discouraged and frustrated, I think, because I'm not sleeping well. So I'm sleep deprived and I'm getting really frustrated because I have to ask for way more help than I'm used to asking for. It's definitely harder to even bend down or just do general things in life that would usually take me like 20 minutes. Now it takes me 5 times as long. I have no energy to do it. I'm losing motivation. I'm not being as productive as I normally am. And I know that all of that is normal, but for me, it's been a little hard to deal with. So that part of it is hard. The hormones and the emotions are on a total roller coaster right now, and we'll see when they level back out. I have a feeling it's not going to be for a little bit, just because I know after birth they're probably going to be raging as well, and then it'll take a little bit to kind of balance myself back out. All right, let me show you my 36-week bump. All right, this is 36 weeks. I am feeling so very large. My belly button has popped, which you can't see that much because I have my high-waisted leggings on. But man, you can kind of see my belly button right there sticking out. I'm so big and uncomfortable, but this is our little babe. Apparently he's weighing 7 pounds and 2 ounces as of my 36-week appointment. So he's a big guy. Alrighty guys, that is everything for my 36-week update. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.